So we are doing this new thing that Megan and I have wanted to do for a very long time. And finally, we are getting it off the ground. We're going to be talking about things that aren't necessarily exclusive to women, but we're going to talk about them no matter how trivial they may be, and we want to get you in on the conversation.
Exactly. Sam and I cultivated this friendship a couple years ago, and we have a lot of things that we have discussed just over drinks that we thought that other women must be thinking about. So we thought this is a perfect kind of venue series to discuss these issues.
But we need to back up here. We need to give you some context. Megan and I became friends a couple of years ago now. We were in this community theater production here in Chatham-Kent. She was the director. She was the star of the production. And I just was like, I want to be friends with this girl so badly. But she was not picking up any of what I was putting down. I had to pry my way into your life. Your husband was the wingman in this and said, dude, wake up. Someone desperately wants to be your friend.
You pounced.
I definitely pounced, and eventually we cultivated this friendship.
Correct. And it wasn't because I didn't want to be your friend. It was because as adults, we get so busy. There are many reasons why it's difficult to make friends, I find, as an adult, and we'll get into those a little later. But it wasn't because Sam wasn't a desirable candidate to be one of my bestest friends.
Yeah. We'll see about that. She's a little skeptical about things. But let's just jump into it. First episode, woman to woman, adult friendships. What is a real friend to you? How would you define that?
A real friend? All right. When I make friends, when I call someone a friend, they are tried and true. So with me, unfortunately, my pessimism, you start at 0. Then you put marbles in the jar, which is a Brene Brown type of thing. Okay, all right. Anyway, you put little kind of emotional marbles in the jar, and then you work your way up to 100 or to the friendship level. So I would say someone that has invested in me, and I've invested in them. They've shown up on time. They've done things that they say they're going to do. They're accountable.
It's like a job interview with Megan. You have qualifications you need to meet. Once those have been checked off mentally for her, then you advance to the next round.
See, I can't waste my time with someone that I'm iffy about. You know, we're adults. We don't have time. I have a job. I have a family. I have interests. I have a dog. People who have children, I'm so sorry. They're like, try having a kid.
Having a child. Try having a child.
They're smoking their cigarette in their child.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, but I don't have time to waste on this will we, won't we relationship.
I getcha. You've been scorned in the past. That's
Definitely.
why.
I'm bitter and jaded. Sam, you know this about me.
I do. I have learned that about you in the past couple of years. Is there a point in the relationship where you know that it's gotten to the next level, where it's a real, true friendship?
I think, honestly, it's that kind of subtle, I'll help you move type of moment, where if you were struggling and you needed something that I honestly really didn't want to do, I mean, let's be real, who really wants to help someone move?
Moving is the worst.
No one does. No one does. However, if you said, oh, Megan, I really need your help, I would help you move. Although that is not fun for me, I've invested in you, and I think that you're in that circle enough that it would be in my best interest to help you move.
Interesting. I'm going to keep this in mind for the time that I will have to move.
That you move to what, Maniuktuk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Somewhere so remote, and I'm going to remember this moment, the true friendship.
No.
For me, it's a lot of what you said as well. You know, you do have to get to a level, but in a way, it's sort of like a relationship in someone that you might be interested in a love relationship without the romance, of course. But I saw a potential for chemistry, as weird as that sounds. Chemistry, I saw that. I think that girl has some kind of spunk about her, and I need that in my life. That's what I said to myself when I saw you, and I made it happen. Kind of like I was pursuing a love interest in some kind of way. So I think there initially has to be some kind of spark, some kind of connection. Honestly, there has to be chemistry, but then it gets taken to the next level, past the honeymoon stage, where if I'm crying about something, whether it's trivial or it's the worst day of my life, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm waking you up out of a dead sleep, I would hope that you would be there for me, and I would do the exact same for you. Again, just like the moving, you might not necessarily want to do that, but that's the test of a true friend.
I think that was something that's great about, or is great about you, Sam, is that after that honeymoon phase was over of our friendship, because you want to hang out with that new friend all the time and get to know them.
The novelty's still there.
Yeah, but once that kind of wore off and we kind of got into a friendship pattern, you still were accountable and you still were there and you were still interesting and exciting and had great ideas.
There was chemistry.
And there was chemistry, right, lasting chemistry. But I think that that's difficult to find.
It is. So why is it so difficult to find or even keep friends as an adult?
Because we're busy. We're busy doing other things. We're making a life, family, house, career. Things happen. You're bitter, you're jaded. Hello.
You've been hurt so many times.
Yeah, and you just don't have, I just think you just don't have time to waste on something that could be a friendship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested to see what people would say, because I take the pessimistic role, unfortunately. So, I mean, what are your views? Why do you think it's so difficult?
Well, I was fortunate enough, and I am fortunate enough to have this solid, amazing group of girls that I met when I was 9 years old. And there's 8 of us, and we've remained close throughout, people having babies and getting married and moving away and maybe making decisions that we might not agree with among each other, but we are still there for each other at the end of the day. So I'm very fortunate to have that. I think what makes it difficult as an adult is you don't have those activities and those things regulating you as you do when you're a kid. You will have neighbors that you grow up with. You will have those teams and those clubs and classes in school that regulates you. You're gonna see that person once, twice, or every single day of the week. You're gonna have those things that keeps the friendship going, but then you move away. So I moved away.
Yeah.
And you see who your true friends are. You really do. You really do.
Effort, though. What you're saying is that your friends, these people are your friends only because it's convenient. And then when you have to put effort into a friendship, it dissolves. That's really awful.
It is the perspective that everyone needs.
Yeah.
It is, but it's hard as an adult because, as you said, the babies get popped out and the marriage happens and the change in views or interests happen too, and you might not mesh the same way. There might not be that chemistry that you once thought you had when you were a kid. So that definitely makes it really hard. Do you find that, so we're in Chatham-Kent right now, a small, beautiful town in Canada, and you've lived in Toronto, you've lived in other big cities. Do you find that geography plays a part in the friendships that you make as an adult?
No. I think that wherever I am, I go with myself. You know that old saying where it's like wherever you are, there you are? It's my personality was traveling with me through these big cities, and I had the opportunity to make friends and seek out those energies that I was looking for, and perhaps I missed the mark, like with you, or I was just too busy, like in New York, I was too busy trying to achieve to want to make those friendships. So perhaps if I was looking for that, I would have found it. And in Chatham, same thing. If I'm looking for it, then I believe you can find it. Lasting friendships like your group of 8, maybe not so much. But friendships that I can talk to that person and we can hang out and we can do things together, for sure.
It was hard for me when I moved here, and I don't want to be like, oh, poor me, victim Sam, I didn't have friends. But
be real about it. You can be real about your experience.
It was tough, and it is tough because I came from this place where I spent my entire life, and I had these solid friends who I could totally count on and who understood me. And not even that though, when I went into other situations, I was able to cultivate these friendships with people, true, honest, genuine friendships. And then I moved to Chatham-Kent, and I was new and I didn't know anyone. And it really took a lot of time before I found true blue friends that I meshed with. Because as wonderful as everyone is, I'm gonna stress this point,
yes,
we're all wonderful people. You have so much history. Like, I've been to the grocery store with this woman, and a simple 5-minute trip becomes a 20-minute excursion because she knows every friggin' person in food basics. You know it. There's so much history there. So in a small town with that knowing each other for so long and knowing Meme and Pepe and the dog.
I don't call anyone Meme and Pepe, by the way.
Okay, but you know the Memes and the Pepes. She knows all of them.
Yes, I do. For sure.
Because it's so ingrained, it's hard to break into that as a new person who has no relation to a soul in this very tight-knit community. Not to say that I haven't found a couple really amazing friends, but there's such bonds that tie you guys together that it's hard to find quality friends.
But you were spoiled. I think you came in thinking that you could just make these lasting friends wherever because you've had your group of 8 since you were 8.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
Yeah.
And you just don't get to walk into a place, any place, and just pick up another 8 friends like that.
That is true, but I also found that in other situations that I was put in, away from my group of 8 girls, in a new club or hobby or place that I traveled to, I was still able to make the connections a little more. It was a little easier for me to make that connection. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's specific to small towns or maybe just my experience that nobody wanted to be my friend. But I'm the victim. No, I don't want to play the victim either because I've been on both ends of it.
Like with your group of friends, you know, like infiltrating that circle. I mean, I've been to a party with that circle, and that's like Fort Knox. Like infiltrating into that circle would be, but it would be super difficult because you have that history with one another, and can you imagine me just, hi guys, you want to hang out together?
Oh please, you were like giving people lap dances at the party.
Whoa, I was not. Mom.
She fit in just fine. Don't let any of this fool you.
But can you understand the broader kind of sense of what I mean?
Initially,
it would be even more difficult because you're already secure in your little group.
We're tight. So how does one make friends as an adult? How have you made friends as an adult?
Well, my dear husband has said, Sam wants to be your friend.
He is the wingman of all wingmen.
Yes. Or just being more social. It's very difficult for me to get out and be social. So, if I do have that chemistry with someone, or I say, I like their energy, I like, what they're talking about and how they think, just asking them out for coffee, testing the grounds. But really, I think I mentioned this a long time ago, just circling like a shark until I'm absolutely certain that this person is someone that I want to get to know. Because I don't have time for people that aren't going to enrich my life.
You're not an initiator. You will wait until someone makes the first move and tries and tries and tries, and then you give them a little bite. Just a little bite.
I don't mean to be like that. I'm not trying to be a princess, like you must come to me and worship at my feet.
Right.
It's just I don't pick up on the cues, or I just don't have that kind of
For me, again, it just circles back to what I saw in you. I'm like, this girl is weird like me. And I think that's the basis of it. You find someone who has compatible weirdness or otherwise, and you make the first move, like asking them out on a date. It can be daunting at times, but as an adult, there aren't necessarily those hobbies and interests and proximity that bring you together.
Yeah, you're great at that though. You're a person who leap of faith, you ask, and you're very reliable. And I know I keep saying that. That's not like the best kind of descriptive word I could use, but you're very steady, reliable, and enthusiastic about your friendships.
Now you are too once we get to the second round.
Yes.
To the second date, then it gets good. So let's have some fun with this. We are going to play a little friends version of Would You Rather. Megan Whalen, you ready?
I am ready.
She's ready. Okay, so would you rather...
No.
It's not how this game works, damn it. Would you rather have a friend that's miles and miles away, but you could pick up with at any moment because they just know you inside and out, or a friend that's close by, you could hang out with anytime, but you don't have any real connection or bond with?
Well, miles away for sure, because if I didn't have a real connection with someone, idle chit-chat for an indefinite time at a bar.
But wait, you don't have a husband and you don't have any other friends. You don't have anyone.
Oh, okay, so Pat's not here.
Yeah.
Because he's like my friend.
He's your friend too. I mean, you got nobody and you have to choose one or the other.
Oh, friends that are there then.
Friends are,
Yeah, people, we're a pack animal. We can't just be an island unto ourselves.
And you're not introverted, so you wouldn't fare well with that. You need...
Yeah.
The spectrum.
Yeah, you're definitely an extrovert.
I am, but I have grown to love my alone time. I still think that I would prefer a friend miles away, even if I was alone.
Really?
Because at the end of the day, you feel empty when it's just meaningless small talk with people you don't have a real connection with. Don't you think?
That, you say that, but then you were kind of saying that it was difficult for you when you first moved to Chatham.
Well, it was a lot of getting to know people and finding those real connections. Okay, would you rather have a friend that's into all the same hobbies and interests as you? I mean, theater, singing, all the other weird crap that you're into as well. All that stuff that you're into. I say that with so much love.
Okay.
Okay, someone like that. Or have a friend who's there for you no matter what.
Well, what does that mean, no matter what?
I'm basically saying, would you rather have a friend who's there just for fun? Just for giggles,
yeah,
or a friend who's really going to be there for you when the pet dies or something bad happens in your life.
I want both. I want a friend that I can. I want a friend that I can party with and then be like, okay, bye, and then they just.
Bye. I want to cry on the shoulder of the real friend.
Of the real friend.
No, choose
one. I
one.
want both.
Choose one. Nope.
You choose one.
Don't be. I'm asking first.
No, because you want to see my answer.
Yeah, I do.
You're a brat.
Yeah.
Well, what is your choice?
I asked you first.
It doesn't matter.
My choice is the friend who's going to be there for you no matter what. It's tough.
That is tough.
It's tough, but there are friends who definitely are party friends who you just want to have fun with and have that. And then there's the real friends who are going to be there for you.
Yeah, because the amount of times I'm going to be partying versus the amount of times that real life crap's going to go down.
In the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, okay, a friend that's lasting and who'll
you
be there
do
for me.
have a heart. You do. Would you rather have a friend who calls you on all of your crap or a friend who consoles you is on your side no matter what?
Well, blind faith in someone without the facts is just like an extreme person that is, I don't know, weak, I guess.
Okay.
So I will say definitely call me on my crap.
Yeah, I need
They speak their mind, they have their opinions, they know that it's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting, but at the same time, it will be better in the end.
Yes, I agree with you. In the moment when you're making that bad decision and you believe it to be true, and then that good friend steps up and says, you're a fool, and you're making the worst decision of your life. I hate them for it. But then in retrospect, really good friend. Now, the most important would you rather. Would you rather be best friends with Monica, Phoebe, or Rachel?
Oh, Phoebe.
Phoebe?
Rachel?
She seems like a flighty friend though. Like she wouldn't really be there. She would be your fun friend. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, so I like just the fun, floofy friends, yet I'm saying that I want meaningful relationships.
She's a walking contradiction, people.
I'm just so mysterious.
She's an enigma. That's why it was so hard to become friends with her.
Right, yeah. Phoebe, for sure.
Phoebe's the most fun, but I feel like when push comes to shove, she wouldn't be there for you in the end. Because she's so in her own world with the smelly cat and the guitar and all that.
Okay.
She would be annoying, but I think Monica would be the best friend. And she would clean my place for me.
Cleanliness is
No, I feel like she just tells it like it is, and she's a true friend. So that was our first episode of Woman to Woman on adult friendships.
Thank you so much for watching. We would love to hear from you. This is an open conversation. We want to know, have you made lasting, fantastic friendships? What's your secret? How have you cultivated friendships in common ways or maybe unorthodox ways? Please let us know.
And as always, you can comment down below in the comment section. If you have any specific questions for us, we want you to join in on the conversation. So please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any comments specifically for Megan, she does not know how to operate a computer.
You know what? You're so mean.
It's 100% true. This is what I've learned. So if you have any comments specifically for Megan, I will relay them to her. We're gonna do Woman to Woman once a month.
Yes.
We're synced up like that.
We are.
We are synced up once a month. We're going to do that. The You Should Know By Now series also once a month and other fun stuff. New videos every single Thursday. We will see you next week.